My son wanted to be a Demogorgon for Halloween, so of course I have to make a custom mask. I used a foam head, air dry clay, and wires to build up the mask and make it look exactly how I wanted it to look. Once I sculpted it to my liking and it dried a little bit, I started adding plaster of Paris down, and this was to make a mold with the latex in. So I put multiple layers of plaster of Paris down, and it looked very watery putting it down, but then it started to build up. Midway through, I added some plaster strips that you can see here, and then I put some more plaster of Paris on top. I went through the entire 5-pound box of plaster of Paris. You can see here, this is what it looks like when it's all done. I let that dry overnight, and then I started to remove some of the clay. Luckily, the clay came right off because I sprayed the clay with Pam beforehand. Once I got all the clay out, I started to add the masking latex. I waited a few hours between layers and added 3 layers to the mask. Once the mask was off the form, I needed to make the backing. I stuck it back on the form and started to make the back. I did this with paper mache, and after a few layers of paper mache, I put some plastic wrap on top and started adding latex. Again, I kept it to the same form and I added 3 layers of latex, waiting a few hours in between. It pulled very nicely off the plastic wrap, and then I had to glue them together. I used latex along the seams and then clothespins to keep it closed while it dried. Still have to trim around the edges and add any extra latex in case something didn't fit together. The next part is adding the teeth.